There we go.
There we go.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Good.
You well? Super.
Good.
Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Listen, I just wanted to say a big welcome to this first live broadcast, or maybe of this trip, for our two teams in Nepal. And I just wanted to tell you guys in Nepal that we're not only joined by you guys, but also a bunch of clients, partners, colleagues, friends, and family from around the globe. And I know that they're all supporting you, and you're going through some sort of trials and tribulations, and some worse than others, some easier than others.
Understatement, James.
Sorry, what was that, Nick?
That's an understatement.
That's an understatement. Well, we'll get to that. One of the things I put here is I'm sure that all of them watching you and supporting you is a big motivation. That and a hot shower and some clean clothes, I'm sure. But listen, Rich, why don't I start with you? Tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing as from the trekkers' perspective.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Yes, James. Well, welcome everyone live from the tea house in Goreshep. This is day 8 for us of our amazing trek to Everest Base Camp. The good news is my beard's coming on very well. I'll say that now. There's a bit of a competition going here on that one with the men mainly, to be fair. So far we've walked about just over 90 kilometers, I think, so far, which doesn't sound a lot, but it is because it's all uphill, of course. And we're now sitting at just under 5,200 meters, right in the shadow of Mount Everest, which is really quite amazing. We had an amazing sunset tonight, which you'll see the photos of in due course, I'm sure. And then we're up early, our objective, Everest Base Camp. Yay! Easy, but it hasn't. It's been incredibly tough. With most of us at some point, we pulled together fantastically as a team, and now we've almost made it. We can really look back on the journey up and look forward to the journey home. But to say that our success is in no small part due to amazing Nepalese team, Kamal, CR, Cami, Sudeep, and Dawa, who've been absolutely really pulled through difficult moments. And again, also, yeah. We're going to rely on them quite heavily to get us tomorrow morning back again. So, and then at some point, hopefully, I can have a shower. But it's been fantastic, and I know we got a Q&A later. But I think aren't we going to talk to the volunteer side for a second?
Absolutely, yeah. So, MK, how are you guys getting on? What have you been up to, and what are you up to today and tomorrow and for the next week or so?
So we are getting on really well this side. You've probably seen all over the social channels that we have been in some remote locations around Nepal. So essentially for the last 10 days, we have been in remote locations refurbishing schools. So to make this project possible, we partnered with Paha Trust, who are a non-profit out here. And essentially their aim is to offer children education all across Nepal and access to schools which otherwise might have been quite difficult. So once the 18 days is done, we will have finished 2 school projects. So I'm pleased to say that the first project has been completed. That was done last Sunday. So the team and I actually headed up to a place called Sri Darali, which is about an hour and a half from the city of Pokhara. We actually camped on the school grounds, which I think we can all agree was a little bit interesting. And there are some fun stories that we'll share with you later during the Q&A. But it was fantastic. We got the opportunity whilst we were there to go into the school to teach the children English, which was fantastic. We got them out in the playground playing games and learning songs. And then the main aim really whilst we were there was to refurbish an old building, which had fallen into disarray. So essentially what we had to do was strip everything out from the inside. We had to prime the walls. We had to paint the inside and the outside of the building. And then the second part of the project was some digging work. So we actually had to dig for foundations for a new toilet block that was going in. And I think we can all agree that it was pretty hot work in the sunshine, but we actually managed to complete ahead of time. And then we started digging foundations for the septic tank too. So it's a fantastic project. We were welcomed with open arms from the community, which was lovely. We had bonfire night in our honour with dancing and music, and we had ceremonies to say goodbye, and we were all given certificates and a trophy, which was just lovely. And as you can see, we are now in our guest house at our second project site. So just behind me, up some very steep steps, is the second school that we're going to be refurbishing. So we headed there today. We had a welcome ceremony and we were invited in for a group dance, which was quite fun. And we went to see the classrooms that we're going to be refurbishing. So from tomorrow, we will be stripping the walls, painting them, and basically making the school look lovely. So yeah, that's pretty much us. I'm going to hand back over to James for the Q&A.
Amazing. Sounds great. Listen, talking to schools, I think we might have some students from Yorkshire Academy that are based in Houston, Texas, that have sent us a couple of questions for all of you guys, actually. So I think this first one probably is more relevant to the trekkers. So some of the students have asked that they've heard stories about the trash on Everest, and they want to know, is it true? And if it is, what sort of trash is there on Everest?
Shall I take this one? Well, we haven't actually climbed up it, of course, so we couldn't say personally. But from what we've heard, it's obviously a lot of just general rubbish from previous expeditions, and sadly, quite a few dead bodies as well because of the difficulty in getting them back when people have died when they've been trying to attempt Mount Everest.
The government got the initiative where they've actually got a committee together and they're actually taking action to get that cleared down and removed from the mountain. So it's brought down to the local villages and disposed of.
So there is an incentive underway, which will be the important point for the people asking that question.
That's great.
To get rid of it. So hopefully, and you can only now climb Everest at certain times of the year. And I think it's probably, did someone say, was it March? January to March?
April, yeah, so it's not really.
It's Q1 basically climb, and after that you can't. So there's definitely.
Why is that? Because it's too cold, or?
No. They've changed it because it's because of that environmental issue. So
right, okay, just to minimise the number of people going. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So talking of, obviously you're heading to base camp tomorrow. You're on the eve of it. Dash, Cameron, and Nathan want to know: is it difficult to breathe at that altitude? Even the altitude that you're at, have you noticed a difference with your breathing? Apart from the obvious films that we've seen of you guys struggling to breathe after doing some climbing and Nick consuming a rather large bar of Galaxy chocolate, is that challenging your breathing?
Yeah, it is very difficult to breathe once you get above 4,000 meters, and it obviously gets progressively worse. We're all taking steps to sort of negate that as much as we can. I think everyone deals with it in their own way. Some get away with it better than others. Ironically, if you're a smoker, it's a little bit easier. Apparently, your blood
is that right?
Yeah, it is. Apparently, that's what I'm told. But it's something you can't really do much about. It's you have to just deal with it as it comes. Some of us are taking diamoxin, which is a drug designed for it, but or designed for something else that works for it. So yeah, that's how you deal with it. But it is, but we've all now virtually been up to the height of base camp on various sort of short treks on the trek itself. So I think we're all pretty much acclimatized, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we're very confident tomorrow is going to be up there in the morning, and then we start the trek back.
Nice. And if you need it, is there oxygen? Does that help if you're struggling?
No, you don't really. Again, as I understand it, you don't need it above 6,000. We haven't got it anyway, so even if we needed it, we would.
Lucky. Very good.
Oh, they've got it.
Yeah, they
okay.
do
You shouldn't really need it until you get above 6,000 meters, to be honest. So.
Excellent. And listen, I've got some questions now for the volunteers. So this one's an interesting one. It says, what do you wish you had not packed? So what in your pack, if there is anything that you think I really didn't need that while I was on this adventure?
A swimsuit.
Someone packed a swimsuit. I'm noticing that the trekkers aren't finding this piece funny. Why would we want a swimsuit? Well, that fairly clearly answers that question. Has anyone got anything that trumps swimsuit? No, I didn't think so. And then the second question for you guys from the Yorkshire Academy in Houston, they asked what supplies that you've had have been actually most useful.
Definitely having bottled water has been really useful, and our lovely K2 orange hoodies keeping us warm in the cold.
Very good, perfect answer. Great. So no need for a swimsuit, but definitely a need for the orange hoodie. That makes sense. Back to the trekkers, we've now got some questions from various people around the globe. So thanks to the school kids at Yorkshire Academy. Amy Ballinger in the US says to you trekkers, the bridge that we've seen that you went over looked terrifying. Was it really that scary? Was it worse? Or actually, was it a little bit the most challenging part of the trek? And it might be that bridge.
Linda's going to answer.
I'm sorry. I can categorically say that the bridges are absolutely terrifying. I think the first bridge we went over were high. They're not stable, so they move. If anyone else enters the bridge with you, and the team have been really brilliant because I was really scared, so they let me go on my own. The ones that we've crossed water and it's been really windy and they blow. The bridges we went on, there was a herd of yaks coming the other way, which luckily the guys managed to stop us. If they get on the bridge, there's no room for you, so you'd literally be flattened, and that would be my worst nightmare come true. So they are much worse than they actually look, I promise. Stop back out and let Richard get.
Next.
Kaylee, and she says, what is the biggest struggle that you're facing?
Ooh, I think general cold, and then general fatigue.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a good point.
Loads of it.
Facilities are basic. Let's put it that way for us. We don't really have access to hot water most of the time. Yeah, and you need cold water unless you like ice, because there's tons. I mean, the infrastructure here obviously isn't that brilliant because of the remote nature of the location. So, and that's all part of the challenge.
Well, thank goodness we haven't got smell-o-vision and it's just video and audio, so we can't get that full experience from you guys. But I guess you're all on the same boat, so I'm sure it's absolutely fine. Joe wants to know. Joe Wakeham says, or she knows and understands that some of you have been unwell. Is everyone better now, as well as they could be with the current situation?
Yeah, I think so. We're more or less 100% fighting fit now, but that at least some people are going to get sick, and we've all more or less had similar symptoms. So we've all been. That's enabled us to sort of pull together to a certain extent. But it's we're fine and down now.
Very good. Marion asks, would you ever do a challenge like this again? And if you would, what would you do differently?
That's a neat question. I think we'll always do something like this for the foundation. It's actually part of the process.
Maybe do it somewhere warm.
Yeah, we might do it somewhere hotter next time, I think. But we're always looking for ideas for such things. But in terms of doing, we have to, to take it as it comes, because the hardship is part of the challenge, and that's, how we are able to get people to donate.
I rather liked Eric's solution of picking up plastic from the beach in the Caribbean.
Yeah. I'm not sure people sponsor that. But feel free postcard, and we'll go from there.
I'm fairly sure that no one's surprised at Eric's suggestion.
No, right.
Cheers, James. Thanks.
You're welcome. Liradona in Sweden says, if you all got stranded, which colleague's positive attitude, Eric, you're not allowed to answer this, positive attitude and ability to boost morale would be essential for maintaining a sense of hope?
I'm staying out of this one.
Oh, wow.
That's difficult.
Well, I think silence is very telling.
Look, I mean, as Richard said earlier, I think it's been a really incredible team performance, packed full of resilience and lots of different challenges for everybody. And we're not seasoned mountaineers, but I think for me, one of the individuals who stood out is James McKenna.
Oh,
He's been, he's not so much tonight because he's been up to a ridge at about 5,700 meters, which most of us didn't do, but James and Matthias went up there to see Everest and the Kumba Icefall, which is spectacular. So he's a bit tired. Fair to say he's a bit blown out, but and also Matthias has been fantastic. I mean, Sarah's been amazing. Gav's been amazing. Liv's been. I mean, everyone. We just move as a team. And Richard, you've even had your moments. It's been. Oh yeah, Gav's been giving out free hugs all week.
Gav, you need to stop doing that when you come home. Just so you know.
100%.
Get it while you can in the pool.
Sorry. Just to mention, Natasha has also been utterly outstanding, and I've been winding it all right. She's the most glamorous person in the Himalayas as we speak.
And she's
been
the
only
most
one that's been run over by a cow.
She's been the most exceptional extension to the marketing team as well that we could have wished for. So yes, thank you. Next question, two more for you guys. So Paul Barrett in Singapore has asked what, and don't all rush at once to this one, but what are you most looking forward to once you've finished the challenge?
Shower.
Yeah, that was an obvious one, right? Next. Okay, so last question. This is a very important one. So actually, this one is for the aforementioned James. So James, Stuart wants to know two things. Firstly, are you missing him? And where is the spare loo roll he's run out?
Firstly, of course I am. Secondly, I don't like to run out.
He's got it in his bag.
Guys, thank you. Let me move over to the volunteers, and then I'll come back to you guys in a minute. So, MK and the team, a few questions for you guys. So, John Morehouse has asked, what work specifically you're doing, or more importantly, who's training you to do that work?
I'll answer this one. So we're getting a lot of support from the Pahar Trust team. They're really helpful. They're providing all the tools and equipment. So we've so far dug the foundations for the new toilets and also for the septic tank, and also stripped all the walls, and we painted the school inside and outside. So it's been really, really nice. Really made an impact to the local community. They were really happy. They had some comments sometimes about the work, but they're really happy with the results.
And tell me, out of all of you, if you get home and your partner, flatmate, etc., says, "I want that wall painting," to say, "You better do it yourself because I've had enough." Yeah.
All of us.
Brilliant. So next question is from Liridona again in Sweden. She asked, how are the local community responding to you guys being there? We've obviously seen some incredible photographs and film footage of sort of various welcoming committees and so on and so forth. How have you felt it? Is there felt that sort of that love from the local community?
I'll take this one, James. So I think it's just really been a truly humbling experience every day of the trip. The Nepalese people show kindness and gratitude and tolerance, I think, in abundance. We've had the local communities have just shown us so much support. They've come out in their numbers to kind of see what we're doing, to welcome us, to say their goodbyes. And they've had a look at the progress. The young, the old, the children have all arrived at the schools. And I think probably one of the most touching moments was the school governor in his farewell speech said to us that he apologized, and he said he was really sorry when he first saw us arrive, a busload of mostly, excluding Jesper, mostly females. He wondered how much we, would achieve and we'd get on and do, given the nature of the work. And he said he wanted to say he was sorry because he was so amazed at what we'd all done. And he committed to getting more involved and doing more of the work himself after we'd gone. That's amazing, isn't it? And a question from me, Jesper, how are you getting on? You doing all right? Good. I mentioned tolerance. Yeah. The vision of tolerance. Vanessa in Brazil asked, what unexpected cultural experiences have you had during the trip?
Oh, I can answer that. The squat toilet, a hole in the ground, and in a small tent, basically. Not to mention, we named it Dumpy. Some of us got stuck in the zip. We couldn't open the zip.
Did you say some got
Especially
stuck?
when it's a hot day, we could not open the zip. Yeah.
Well, we'll move on from that point quickly. So Jose in the US says, if you could go back before you went and pack one extra item in your bag for the trip, what would it be and why? Silence.
That's a very good
You've all got what you need.
More instant coffee.
Yes, more
Was that
instant
coffee?
Martini had a few of those Starbucks sachets, and let me tell you, they saved us one day. But yeah, a whole shipment of instant coffee.
Very good. And one from Paul in Singapore says, what local word or words have you learnt? No swear words, please. Remember, there's a school on that. What have you learnt? What do they mean?
So I'll take this one. So to greet, say hi, it's either namaste or namaskar. To say thank you is dhanyabad. To ask for cold water is chisa pani. And to say very
just
nice.
one thing. Can you ask for hot water where you guys are?
Not often. Not often.
Sorry, carry on, Harps.
That's fine. And to say very nice, it's ramro. So there's some of the phrases we've picked up while we've been here.
Excellent. Very good. So now we all know that. We'll know when you're shouting them at each other across the office that you want a cold glass of water. Okay, so I'm gonna bring the trekkers back in. Hey guys, how you doing? And now we've got some quick questions. This is for both teams, so you can sort of shout out. Hopefully, there's only one of each. But the first one is, who out of the teams, both the volunteers and the trekkers, who is the loudest snorer?
Eric
Rutledge.
Eric.
Eric Rutledge, Eric. And the
We're in
volunteers.
the same room.
Colin.
And just to clarify, Colin was a stray dog that turned up at our campsite and decided to guard us for the nights that we stayed there.
Oh, he snored loud.
Okay, next one. Who has moaned the most? Tough on this.
No one here at all.
Namaste. We don't have any of that here.
No one's moaned. That was the right answer. Who is making people laugh the most?
Gav outside, yeah.
Who was that for the trekkers? I didn't catch that.
Gavin.
That while he's giving hugs or just afterwards?
Gesture, really.
Who's the biggest motivator on the teams?
From our side, it has to be Tara. And you can see this woman in a ditch digging. She is amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's got to be Tara.
Trekkers?
Ooh.
I think we're all doing our stint on
We're
that.
doing a fairly even job of motivating.
You have to remember, we've got our team as well, our Nepalese guys.
Why don't I get Camille at this point? 'Cause
Oh yeah, we should introduce Camille to you actually. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, Kamal's the big motivator. Yeah, he cracks up.
That's the main man.
He's the motivator, is he? Mr.
He is, yeah.
Motivator.
There you go, I'll get out of the way. Let's sit in my chair. or next to me. Hello.
Hi, Camille, how are you?
Hello, Imam.
How have you found it with everybody from K2?
Oh yeah, oh they were fantastic,
They're all
and like
behaving.
walking with them.
Fantastic.
And yeah, moreover,
And
I'm so thankful like they came to Nepal, and more grateful and thankful for your love and support to Nepal, and especially the team who have been supporting you and from back from your offices. I'm really very grateful to all of you.
No, and likewise from us, I'm sure from everyone at K2, we're extremely grateful for you guys accommodating us and letting us take part in this these two adventures and letting us see your incredible country. Some of the photos and video that we've seen coming back is absolutely incredible. And I'm sure that if K2 decided to do something again, maybe this 24 may not take on the task, but I'm sure there'll be another queue of 24 willing to go again. Wouldn't you agree, Nick?
Wouldn't you agree, Nick?
I would. James, just very briefly, because Camille and I were talking about, sorry, my voice is going a bit koozy actually, about climate change and how it's affected the Himalayas, right, over the past 5 or 10 years. Just talk to your audience about some of the changes that you've seen with the ice and the snow. And
It's all because of the global warming. Like you can see the changes in the glacier, and also you can see the changes in the snow in the mountains. Moreover, like we started seeing more rock and all the snow is melting. And like even like I was explaining to some of them today, like the melting of the snow and the melting of the glacier, like it's so much rapid that like the glacier have suppressed it so low, like compared with the photos. If you look back 10 years back and now, like you can see the glacier have really suppressed down. And I was also explaining to them like how the bridges are being washed away every monsoon and have to replace with new bridges every year. So like lots of things are going on with the climate changes, the avalanche, and also like with the ice fall and all sorts of things. You can see it like every day. Most probably tomorrow our group will see some avalanche on the way to base camp if they are lucky enough. So like it's getting dark and you can just see the black rock nowadays.
Thanks, Camille. That's amazing. Thank you.
Thank
James,
you so much.
James, you still there? Sorry, you've just temporarily moved to one side.
No, you just put the spotlight on us.
Oh, did he?
So you'll probably pop back now.
In a moment.
Any second.
Just wait 2 minutes. You should come back. Dum, 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 dum,
I went to the supermarket.
Yeah, it's good.
Was it a timeout, do you think?
Possibly, yeah.
It's only half hour.
No, it's 40 minutes.
Well, do you actually start running at 8 then? Because we can come on to 4:15.
They can still see us all, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
We just swap seats to a closer then.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, I can still, we can, they can still hear the trackers. Whilst everyone else.
Should we just talk?
Talk amongst ourselves.
Has everyone ordered their breakfast?
Because everyone asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do business
But they can still hear us too.
Yeah. Okay.
So we could talk about school. Right?
Yeah.
Everyone's going to talk about the school.
For those still with us, Matthias is going to give us a bit of an update on the Sao Paulo school project. So we're just going to, he's going to shuffle in next to me. Here we go.
So the school is being a very fast-paced construction. The last time we went there, the basic structure was almost done completely. The school has three floors, and almost all of it is pretty much done in terms of structure. So they just need to have some finishes and some refinement so that we can start putting things inside and putting the wires, and all of the basic structure and sewer and all of that. So it's going really well. We are very excited in Brazil. Our team in Brazil actually goes every month there to check how the construction is going, and we are very excited. The school owner, Tia Monica, is very excited as well. The kids are so special, and I really think they will be very, very excited when the construction is going. And we are very excited.
Can you mute that?
That's a message from Monica.
On the school.
So Tia Monica sent a message, and she wanted to say thank you, and by you she means us from E2, for all that have been received. And they are impressed that so many people from around the world took this challenge of and dedicating time to the school. So this is pretty amazing. They want to special hug to me and to Tainar, because they know us personally. So yeah, they are very excited, and we are very excited. And something that I really want to share with you is that because of the construction of the school is beginning to take form, some other constructions in the community of Parelheiros have been have been constructed as well. So we see that there are a lot of houses being built, a lot of stores, and the people of the community have been asking about what is being constructed, and they want to participate. So it's not just a school that we are building, we are making a difference to the community. We are making jobs happen there. We are making the region to develop. So it's very special. It's very special to be part of it. I don't know if Tainar wants to share something else.
Apart from what you said and just share with us, I think it's such a great opportunity to be here representing Brazil. Since we've been at the school, we are seeing the big steps we are doing there. And we see when we go there and we see the children's face and how Tia Monica is so much involved in this project and how she passes the love that she has on all the kids and so on. It's, I'm so privileged to be part of this project, and I'm so happy to be here. So yes, the school is growing up in a fast pace, as you said, and yes, continues to donating for us, because we really want to see this project becoming a reality on the lives of these Brazilian children. So I think that's it.
Bravo. James.
I think we've lost your audio, James.
Is he on you?
There you go. Can you hear us now?
Yeah,
Yes.
So the irony is obviously not lost that we're the ones that lost connection with you guys when you guys were Unbelievable. Yeah, we just thought we'd put you to a test. You keep saying that you guys are very closely connected, and we want to make sure that you guys could do this on your own as well, which you, by all accounts, thank you for that. Matthias and Tainara, thank you for that update from Monica and the team in the school in Brazil. It really is an incredible cause and project, and I remember seeing it with Nick, and they just sort of, Nick and Phil wanted to just do some sort of minor modifications, and Nick, being Nick, was like, no, I think we can do better than this. So yeah, absolutely incredible. Guys, listeners, we sort of prepared to say goodbye to you and let you get on with your evenings. We wondered if you could sort of send a message home in your native language, each one of you, or a selection of you, to your home, to say how you're feeling and just whatever you want to send back to them. Maybe we start with the trekkers first.
Natasha.
Baie dankie vir al die ondersteuning en ek sien uit om warm weer te hê.
I just said the same. Alicia.
Lo estamos pasando muy bien, muchas gracias y tenemos muchas ganas de veros. Gracias.
Jag kör på svenska. Allting är toppen här. Det har varit jättejobbigt men helt fantastiskt. Lite snuvig just nu, men annars är det helt fantastiskt.
It's finally Jodie or Agnes.
谢谢大家的祝福，我们会加油的。
Excellent, and thank you, trekkers, and to the volunteers.
All right, okay. Let me switch. Então, muito obrigada por todos os brasileiros assistindo, todo mundo que ajudou a nossa causa aqui para ajudar a angariar fundos aqui para a Fundação K2. E muito obrigada, estamos todos muito contentes com essa oportunidade de estar aqui no Nepal e angariando fundos para essa fundação.
Over to you. Okay. 这次的体验真的是让我永生难忘，然后觉得在都市里成长的小孩实在是太幸福了，所以也谢谢 K2 给我这个机会，在这里体验这样的生活，希望大家能继续支持我们，谢谢。
Jesper?
Jag kör på svenska, vi mår jättebra, det är jättegod mat, vi har det väldigt, väldigt trevligt här. Glöm inte att donera till K2 Foundation. Tack så jättemycket, ha det fint.
Okay, thank you.
Amazing, guys. Thank you. And well done. And congratulations to each and every one of you. I know that you're obviously going on this journey together, but I'm sure that there's a real personal journey that you're all going through as well on both the trek and the volunteering. A massive thank you for you guys taking part and raising awareness of the K2 Foundation, and obviously the school that we're building in Brazil, and all of the other charities that the foundation is set up to support. We'll bid you farewell. When we end this call, there'll be a QR code on the screen. So for those of you that are watching, scan that QR code or head over to the foundation website, and if you're not there already, and show your support by popping a donation through that link there, would be really, really helpful. And really appreciated by all of us, especially the 24 people sitting in Nepal, I'm sure. Thank you, guys. Good luck. Enjoy tomorrow, all of you, and we look forward to seeing you back in your respective homes a little later next week.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks for tuning in.
Nick, did you realise the little school was Arlo's school?